Welcome back to, this is part 2 of my unnecessary 100% walkthrough through Elden Ring. Last time, we covered the Agheel Lake area. This time, we're going to be covering Limgrave, Mistwood, and Stormhill, and this little northern area, which is just, I guess, north of Limgrave, I don't know. It's not really part of Stormhill, it's not part of Mistwood, it's just a thing, it's on its own. But let's get going. We left off at the artist shack here, so what I'm gonna do, I don't have the map yet here. I'm gonna head back to this little path. And we don't need the map for quite a bit, so it's fine. We can just follow the roads. Oh, and I should adjust my windows so I can actually see my notes. That would be helpful. First thing we're gonna do is go grab a Grace. That's just a Crimson Teardrops grab. We don't need him. And you can see the Grace right over here. And then we're gonna go meet our good friend Kenneth Haight. You can see his silhouette like right up there on top of those ruins. You just follow it. We're following the road, but then we're gonna veer off to climb up here.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Haight, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. You've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order.
He's so base.
Heard of me? Kenneth Haight. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormhill took it.
That away.
And plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Haight is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval.
Everything he says is just golden. Always in this game, talk to somebody until they start to repeat themselves, because otherwise you'll miss really good bits like this.
Yes. Allow me to furnish you with a
He's gonna feed us some great lore here.
I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Roderika in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame? The big girl's blouse?
That might be my favorite line in the game.
It's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage. Though you almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it. What are you waiting for? The kiss, my fool.
Okay, and there's where he starts repeating himself. It's a very, very good bit of lore. We love Kenneth Haight. So past Kenneth Haight here, if you just head over to this little platform, there's another graveyard, and it has a cookbook. Usually the graveyards just have runes, but occasionally they do have an item. As this one. And I'll grab the runes while I'm here too. It doesn't hurt to have hard runes in case like there's a merchant that has something you need to buy, or you're like real close to the next level and you don't want to have to worry about losing the runes. Alright, so from here we're just gonna follow the road down. It will take us to the map. Remember those, I didn't look up how to say it yet. Stele. They have the maps. So I'm just gonna mark that, but it's right along the road, so it's almost impossible to miss. But first we're gonna stop by the church, the third church of Marika, I believe it is. Yeah, third church of Marika. Right ahead of us here. Just gonna ignore the troll. Mad about being ignored, but that's fine because we got more important things to do. Right straight ahead as you walk in, we get the Crimson Crystal Tear and the Flask of Wondrous Physic. This is a very handy tool throughout the game that you'll be able to customize to help. And then over by the statue of Marika, most churches have this, is a sacred tear, which will make our flasks stronger. I'm gonna go ahead and rest at the grace here. And a lot of times too, in some locations, churches especially, you'll get the option to talk to Melina, and she can give you a little bit of lore.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you.
She sounds so depressed after talking to Kenneth Haight.
In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
Very useful, thank you, Melina. We'll definitely be using this. Go ahead and use that sacred flask right there. And you'll notice too, like, it'll give you that little circle next to an item to highlight that there's something you can do here that you haven't done, which is handy. That game did not have that at launch, so you had to just know to go into your flasks. Let's check to see if you could upgrade them. And then before we leave, there is one more thing we want to do here, which is... Oh, I don't have a map, so I can't show you on the map. But there's a little river behind this church, and we want to go to the land across that, because there is a teardrop scarab. Right over here by the Spirit Spring, and he drops a very nice little Ash of War if you're playing a faith-based build. Hey, don't go away. If these ever get away from you, they will respawn as soon as you refresh the area, either by like I think reloading the game, or you just go rest at a grace. But we got Ash of War, Sacred Blaidd, and that is a sacred Ash of War, which lets your weapons scale on faith. So if you are doing a faith build, that is very, very helpful early on. So we're going to continue along the road, find our way to that map. And as we enter the Mistwood proper here, be warned that there are rune bears around, which are very large bears that are going to kill you at this point in the game. So just don't even bother trying to fight them. They are very difficult. They're also hard to escape on horseback too, so you want to not get their attention if you can. That's not one of them. That's just a normal bear. We can kick his ass. He doesn't even know what to do here. He's just like, oh, why are you hitting me? They drop big beast bones, which you can use to craft giant arrows, so that's handy. Right now I'm just going to get off my horse so I'm not drawing attention. There's a big rune bear right up here, scratching on a tree. I'm going to grab my map. And then I'm going to go into my crouching sneak mode and go very slowly to this item right near him because he's got a cookbook. And if you just sneak up to him real carefully, he will not notice you. Okay. And now that we've got this map, you can see we're right by this big old tree. So let's go check that out. There's also this this building here, the Sulphur River Well. We're not gonna go there quite yet. It leads to a whole big old area way underground. I can go in here and just put it on my map. But we'll be going there much later. Well, not much later, but later. Around this, you can find an altar, and it's got a few more tiers that you can use for your Flask of Wondrous Physic. And now that we've got more than one of those, I can show you how to mix those up next time we see a Grace. And there's also, around here somewhere, a Teardrop Scarab that has an Ash of War. I don't remember what direction he is around the tree. It's a little further away than the other guys. Which direction? Was he over here? Yep, there he is. Ground Slam. And now we're gonna head over to, there's some ruins kind of hiding in the forest right here. So I'm just gonna go right up to those for a second. Actually, before we do that, this is the Fort Haight that Kenneth Haight was telling us about, and there's a Grace right down here, so I want to go get that Grace so I can easily teleport back. But we've come close enough to it that you can hear the howling. Do it again, there you go. Okay, that's all we needed, just to hear the howling. So let's go get that Grace. There's the merchant I'll go talk to later. Mark this little path for us. Very nice. Put my marker too far away. Okay, so now that I can teleport back here easily, I'm gonna go talk to Kale, the Church of Ele.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back. The howl of a wolf in the Mistwood.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
He must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off.
He's trying to set me up with somebody. That's so nice. So he gives me the finger snap emote. I can buy these from him now, too. Now I've got, what, 7 crackpots? So many! I'm gonna equip that finger snap emote. And we're gonna go meet a wolf. Oh, and these little specters that'll give you a little bit of lore stuff. So one of them is right here in front of Fort Haight. The demi-humans waxed wroth, now their mother's been taken. Where are you, Lord Kenneth? The night, bedeviled by blood. Sometimes it's just fun to whack things as you ride by them. It's not very nice, but it's funny. And I kind of want to keep a wide berth here, because there's a sleeping rune bear in here that I don't want to wake up. I will wake him up eventually, but we're gonna just run past him. 'Cause, like I said, you don't really want to fight those guys when you don't have to. So the wolf guy's right up here, so we're just gonna use the emote right here. This is the north side of the ruins. And there he is.
Who goes there? Carly's. Maybe to him
Skip
it
the
all
line.
seems so strange. The name's Blaidd. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard.
He's so
Tell me if
tall.
you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale. Darrowell is nothing in need of a
Okay,
fitting.
that's all we get from Blaidd right now. Nice to meet you, Blaidd. Alright, let's loot these ruins real fast. So over here on this corpse we've got a golden rune too. There's a chest in a little tunnel. Not tunnel, but a tower. Right there. And that has a smithing stone too. And I did decide what weapon I want to use too. There's one that we'll be getting later in this video. It's a hard decision because there's so many weapons in the game, and it's just like, what do I pick? What do I pick? But if you don't know for sure, like, feel free to just start upgrading whatever you have, because the early stones are not hard to find, and you'll be able to buy them pretty quickly. Lilies. Come too close to this guy, and he is gonna wake up. We're gonna grab his poop too. Why not? Okay, God, we might get hit. Yeah. Okay. He can't get us down here. He's too big. But we can get the Axe Talisman. Da, 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 da. Okay. I'm gonna carefully get out of here without dying. I'm ready to go talk to that merchant we passed by earlier, which I might have to use some runes to money, because he's got 2 cookbooks for sale that I want to grab.
Dear customer, yes, right this welcome.
Yeah, I'm here.
Value, please. I'm hungry. I've been.
Looking a little desperate. Oh yeah, I can't afford either of them right now. But I get a beastler pot and an exalted flesh, neither of which I super need. I just want to get all the cookbooks. I just like to have them all. Oh, he also sells a hand axe too, if you're still thinking about, like, what weapons do I want? And some St. Trina's arrows, which have sleep ability. And a shield, but we are going to be getting a shield in not too long, so I'd hold off, because you can get one for free that's very similar to this. Alright, do I even have enough runes? Oh yeah, that's one cookbook. And that should be the other one. All of the cookbooks. Alright, see ya, dude. So let's go see Fort Haight. Do Kenneth's little quest here. Oh yeah, and I should make some Oh yeah, and the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Let me show you that real fast. Oops, that's not the Grace. So you'll notice you have the new option over here at your Graces, and then you can just combine any 2 of these, which we don't have a huge option right now, but we can restore half of our health and temporarily boost our stamina. Sounds great. And I'm going to equip it on my hotbar here. I ran out of butterflies. I'll have to get more butterflies. So you want to hurry through here because there's a ballista up there that's going to be shooting at you. And then just immediately back off a bit. You can fight some of these little soldiers here, but there's a pumpkin head that's going to come out of the castle. And you don't want to fight him while you're fighting everybody else. You'll also notice the soldiers are kind of warring with these demi-humans here, but it doesn't mean that the demi-humans are on your side. Ooh, a fetch. So there he goes. If you let him wander, he'll just walk right past you. And he goes and stands guard over there in front of the fort. But over here we have our first golden seed. So these little golden saplings you find throughout the game. There was one, I think, in the very start of the game that didn't have anything, but the rest of them should have golden seeds underneath them. And you can use those to upgrade the amount of charges your flask has. The next time we're out of grace, I can use this and I'll have 5 charges instead of 4. Hey, a shield! Nice. It's a bit heavier than I want, but I can change it out later. Alright, let's go inside the fort. And this walkthrough is a very path of least resistance. Like, I'm not gonna kill myself trying to fight enemies that are, like, a little more challenging for no reason. Like, I don't get anything out of fighting that pumpkin head right now. So there's just no reason for me to do it. By all means, though, if you want to fight him, like, he's not that hard. You can do it. I simply walk away. This courtyard has a bunch of rats in it and also blood roses. The blood roses do respawn, so you can get those whenever. Ow. Ow. These guys are so rude. I'm just gonna run past the rats. And get to these guys that are freaking throwing, Note the flammable barrels, if they do throw a fire thing at you there, it will explode and probably kill you. You can just roll right through them and make them go away. I'm more afraid of the rats here than I am of the guys throwing the fire pots. A couple rats at the same time can definitely stun lock you and kill you, and that's very embarrassing. But well, there's a cookbook in this little room. So it all works out. Here, I'm gonna not get hit by that. Ow. But I did get hit by that. And I'm gonna go ahead and summon my wolf friends here too, because this knight is a little harder. You remember Kenneth Haight mentioned that he was obsessed with blood. He has a bleed ability on his sword. And if your bleed bar fills up, you will take a ton of damage. But luckily my wolves are here to just stun lock him. And hey, he drops that Bloody Slash ability for you. So you can put that on a sword and have your own blood ability. I was hoping he'd drop armor for me, but you know. Got some more blood roses on a corpse over here. And up this ladder in this tower, there's an important key item. We will eventually get to. Don't forget you can sprint up ladders. It's a little faster. And that is Deathtouched Medallion left. If you check the description on the inventory, it'll tell you right where the other half is too. It's at Fort Feroth in the Dragon Barrow to the east. Which we're not gonna go run and get it right now anyway. But it's nice that it just tells you. So now that the fort is cleared, we've got pretty much everything. There's like you can go kill the ballista guy if you want. It's over here. Oh, that was like, he already came up and died to me. How convenient. Don't have to worry about him now. We can just go talk to Kenneth Haight.
I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward, as promised. Go ahead. It's all yours.
Were you expecting something actually good? Now, the Earthsteel dagger does scale with faith, but it's still a dagger. It's not anything special. We're gonna get a much, oh no, we already got a much better dagger, the Reduvia. That was last episode, I forgot.
You don't believe me? Well, under the Erd Tree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even
Commingling with them,
shall
huh?
not be left behind under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Haight, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch. Ah, yes. I've been meaning to ask. Would you like to enter my service? I see bright things in your future, stout warrior. Enter into my service and learn the workings of the Erd Tree's true order. And who knows? Perhaps sometime down the line, the grace of gold will return to those tarnished eyes of yours. What say you? A fine accord, is it not?
Yeah, sure, whatever, dude. I don't think you, I think you can choose either option and still complete this guy's quest line.
I shall await you at my fort. We shall hold a ceremony for your knighting there, I think.
Or maybe not. You might need to agree to it to make him go back to his
truly
fort.
By the Erd Tree blessed. Right then, I've much to do.
And that's where he ends. We'll talk to him later again. Next, it's time to finally go to this little circle thingy right here. These are Evergaols. They're prisons where the spirit of somebody has been kept imprisoned, and you can enter them and fight them. And they drop prizes. Very fun. And pretty often they're tough enemies in there. Sometimes they're bafflingly easy, but often they're quite a challenge. This time, however, we will get help. Usually you can't summon anything, except for maybe another player. This one we get an NPC summon because we talked to our good friend Blaidd. This is a Darrowil he's been looking for. And the boss won't actually spawn until we walk towards that, like, glowing purpley blue area over there. So we can just summon,
Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
There he is. And Blaidd will do most of the heavy lifting on this fight. You just want to make sure you're still doing damage to Darrowil so he doesn't kill Blaidd. Although if he does kill Blaidd, as long as you still win, it's fine. That's one of the things that, like, Elden Ring is much easier about the previous games. They actually want you to do the storylines, so they don't make them cut off super easy. I'm gonna die if I don't heal. drops the Bloodhound's Fang for you, which is a pretty decent weapon. And then Blaidd will be right nearby, so you can talk to him.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize.
And gives you the Somber Smithing Stone, too.
Oh, yes. I should say, if you venture north to Raya Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon. That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
That's enough chit-chat for now. It is time we parted ways, and it's time we went on to Stormhill. I'm gonna go ahead and just warp back up here to Gatefront. Oh, and I can probably level up here too. Oh, and add that charge to my flask. Yeah, I get 1 level up. And I definitely need more dexterity because the weapon I decided I need, I think, has a... Oh, actually, it was just 13, so I didn't need that dexterity. Oh well. It's there now. I'm not gonna bother fighting anything here. You can see there's a troll waiting to jump you up here. I'm just gonna pick up this lump of flesh. Pick whatever this is over here. The rune. And move along. Go about my merry way. You'll see there's another golden seed waiting for you right here. Very nice. And also some wolves are gonna fall out of the freaking sky. There they are. These ones I will take care of. I would love to know the lore reason. I do not know the lore reason. That there are just wolves in Stormhill that fall out of the sky sometimes. But we'll take their bones. We could use those. Alright, there's another grace right up here. This is Stormhill Shack. And I think I can just get another flask charge right away, too. Yeah. As you increase it, it'll start requiring more and more golden seeds. But the first couple are just 1. We can meet a new NPC over here. Nice,
Been grafted. Everyone who came
Heartbroken
with me.
Maiden, I think is what her name is.
They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it.
It's a real lark. You get the sitting sideways and went from her, but talk to her a couple more times and she'll also give you some elishes.
Castle, enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be one with the spider? Well, that makes us 2 peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off. Or legs. Or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven.
I'm too cowardly to be dismembered and attached to a guy.
Oh, no. Can you take this little one along with you? The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little one. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormhill Castle, tell them I love them. And that, despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know.
She's not in a great state right now, but we'll talk more to her later. And we get a stone sword key. Very helpful, very nice. You always want to get those wherever you can. So we do have the map for this area already. There's another Evergaol up here. We're going to be ignoring that one for a good long while because it's got a very tough foe in it. But I am going to go double back around to the top of Stormgate here. Because there's a nice item in there we want. No, I'm not fighting the wolves again. Go away, wolves. That's just a crimson one. Don't have to worry about him. You do have to fight a Kite and Cell sword in here first. And then there should just be a Gurranq soldier inside here. Yeah, a couple of them. But they're a lot easier to deal with than the cell swords. Then we get the Arrow's Reach Talisman, which extends the distance that your arrows fly. Next, I want to head up to this little forested area right here. There's another Spirit Ashes right up here. That's the guys on the crosses groaning. You have to just go around here this way on the southern edge and loop back around to get to the top of that cliff. The spirit jellyfish, if they're blue, that means they're non-hostile. If they turn red, that means they want to kill you. And one being red usually makes the other ones around them also hostile. So just be warned. Sometimes you'll run across one that's already hostile, like these guys up here. That's okay, because we're just going to run in and get the stuff. Gurranq soldier ashes and some magic grease. They don't do too much damage, so it's not too much of a risk. And there is also a rune 4 or 3 up here. Oh, smithing stone 1. I had that totally wrong. But we'll take that. Then we're all done here in this little forest. So we're gonna head north. But not up to the castle yet. We're gonna be doing that later. I think that's 2 episodes from now. Part 4. Is when we'll do Stormvale Castle. Game's big, man. This is gonna be a very long series. Wave hi to the wolves. Hi, wolves. So if I follow that path, it'll start taking me up around to the castle. So I'm going to take this dirt path instead. Head up this way, to the north. Oh, I think actually I took the wrong. I want to be on this cliff up here. gonna ignore those bats and continue down the road. We're going to this broken bridge here. We can talk to this finger reader crone. Hopefully the bats don't follow us. Oh, they're following us. Get back here. Very rude. Okay. Now I can talk to the nice lady.
You. Please. Your finger. Oh, bless you. Head to the foundation of gold tarnished. Traverse Rhea Lucaria, glintstone eventide, and reunite the half-crescents at the grand lift. Oh, but the bridge is collapsed and cannot be crossed. Only, why should that matter? Stormvale Castle still stands tall.
So these ladies give you cryptic hints about where you're supposed to go and like what you can do in the game to go further. So what she's telling me is we want to go to the Foundation of Gold over there by the tree. She's saying to go through Rhea Lucaria, which actually she means Liurnia of the Lakes, which is this area right up here. But she's saying, oh, but you can't get there because this bridge is collapsed. This is a real misdirection. And let me show you right now. There's a cookbook here, but if you look to the left, there's a little path, and there's a secret trail that takes you all the way up there and around. So, yeah, you can definitely get there if you want. I'm gonna head down there right now because there's a teardrop scarab that I'm gonna get, but we're not gonna go to Liurnia just yet. But if you want to skip Stormvale Castle, you do not have to go at all to Stormvale Castle. That's just the way these games are made. Just gonna miss this guy every time. Hold still. Okay. I don't know if I can climb back up. Or if I have to teleport away. No, I can take this path, it looks like. No. That will not take me back. Alright, next there is another crystal tier. That's gonna be right up here. There's a troll walking around, and there's like a little altar right over here. So we're gonna go pick that up. Got an arterial leaf, nice. You really want to fight, dude? Okay. I don't think I want to fight. He's got a lot of hit points and I'm still not doing much damage. See you later, bro. Next, we're going to head back down to that dirt path we were following to the east. There's a couple of Kaiden Cell swords right here, but we're just going to run past them too. Grab those fire arrows. And you see there's a Grace over here. This is the War Master's shack. I'm going to talk to Bernahl before I rest because there are some field bosses that only show up at night, and there's one right here who's very nasty, and it's going to be a while before I actually go back and fight him.
The lands between to take up the fight. Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
To a fault.
You can answer either here. It doesn't affect how he treats you.
Won't behoove you as a tarnished. but there's nothing wrong with that. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good tarnished like you.
He talks so intensely.
There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover.
He's talking about Ashes of War, by the way.
Of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword and the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle, to death itself.
And he does have a bunch of Ashes of War that you can learn if you want.
Not floating your boat, eh? Well, there's...
Not floating your boat, eh? I'm just gonna go ahead and activate that and not rest at it, because like I said, it does make a boss spawn there, and I don't want to deal with him. Instead, I'm gonna take this path up through these woods. We're gonna have a bunch of wolves rain from the sky that we're gonna just ignore and run past. And we're gonna fight an NPC invader up here. It's very comical. And very silly. Alright, like I mentioned last time, you run into an invader, your horse gets knocked off from under you. Those wolves aren't still. Oh, there's still a wolf following me. Great. Away, you. Ow. This guy can be a little tough. Hit me. It's rude. Yeah. You want to watch out for that move. Hopefully I'll find some armor at some point, because that would really help me to have a little bit of poise. And there we go. He'll drop the hammer talisman for you, which enhances your stamina, reducing attacks against blockers. I haven't really found that too useful, but maybe you will. And also, in front of this Coliseum here, you get some co-op items. The small red effigy and duelist's furled fingers allow you to do dueling, which you can also open up the Coliseum and find a place for that. I'm not going to be doing that, but you can. So next we're going to head over here to the southeast. There's a teardrop scarab hiding on top of this ruins right here. And he really likes to be sneaky and just drop and make it hard for you to kill him off. So what I'm going to try to do is circle around him so that doesn't happen. There he goes. I don't think this should kill me. Yeah, no damage. And he drops a Somber Smithing Stone 1 for you. Again, those can be used to upgrade special weapons. This knight over here, he actually drops an Ash of War. So we want to kill him too. And just be careful because he will fuck you up if he gets the chance. Most of the horse combat in this game is very silly. So when you knock him off his horse, you get the chance to crit him if you drop down real fast. And there he goes. And he drops the Ash of War Golden Bow for you. Now, right over here, on top of this other ruin, there is a weapon that you have to drop from this cliff to get. And there's a little encampment right there, too, that we're going to raid after. So actually, let me make some fire pots. I can make 1 fire pot. I need more butterflies. And that's the lance there. That's the first great spear you can get in the game, if you're interested in such things. And here's where I can use these Godric Soldier Ashes I got. Put these to the test. They'll be very handy throughout here. As you can see, there's a lot of guys at this camp. Dodge my fucking fire, dude. I only had 2 of them. There's a knight over here that will come up and attack you. These little doggies. You know, you could attack my spirit, guys, instead of me. Let me drop his gauntlets, but not his armor. I see how it is. And then I think there's a couple more guys around. And I think there's another large dog right over here, yeah. They're kind of a pain. The large dogs. Oh yeah, and there's this one guy over here. Alright, now I mentioned there was a shield we could pick up for free. This is it, the Beast Crest Eater Shield. It's a great little shield you get for free. Why is that guy just attacking objects? I don't know. Hard to say. And some exalted flesh right over there. Scroll down in my notes real fast. Okay, so next we're gonna take this road over here. Some stuff we can do over here real fast.
Can you hear me? Help me.
I just want to get that graze, but then we're gonna go back up and find out what that voice was about. Oh yeah, let me switch, because the Beast Crest Heater Shield is lighter. And it still has a 100% damage negation, which is what you want in a shield.
Can you hear me? Help me.
I'm coming.
Anyone?
Oh, my stars! I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
Yeah!
Well played, good lady. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
Oh yeah. Definitely got a fluttering breast over here.
I'm heading to Redmane.
He'll tell you again. Yeah, I'm gonna go to this festival. Anyway, that's Alexander. He's great. We love that guy. A lot of the NPCs in this game are very lovable, which is good because it's funny. With as little interaction as you actually get in NPCs in these games. They're all very good. That was me breaking a skull so I could just get that golden rune. Okay, I'm gonna rest here just to restore myself up. Go ahead and beat up this pumpkin head. God, I still use so little damage. Well, I should level up. And over here on the bridge, there is a couple smithing stones. And there's a merchant right over here, which is actually, I'm glad I didn't level up because now I can buy things.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
We love to buy things. So he has a little cookbook for me. It's got poison arrows in it. And then he's got another crackpot too. He also does sell a short sword and a halberd, some more weapon options if you want.
I'm afraid
And that's true, he does have very little to offer. So there's another NPC right over here. Just gonna run past some skeletons to talk to him.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again.
One of them might chase me though, it looks like.
Ah, a tarnished, are you? I'm known
Keeping
as
an eye on this skeleton over here.
I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my word. The village here has...
Hold that thought, D. And skeletons in this game, I don't... Oh yeah, we did encounter some. Never mind. I have told you already. You have to hit them after they fall down.
Ah, a tarnished, are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death. And worse yet, it is home to a mariner.
Ooh,
If you
to a
value
mariner.
life, then go no further. The village here has turned back.
Sounds like a challenge to me. There's another grace you can grab right over here. And this mariner he's talking about is this purple guy on a boat. These guys are kind of a joke. Here's their moves. They'll disappear and reappear somewhere else. They'll summon skeletons that they'll then also kill with their own abilities. And they can splash the boat at you. I don't think you can crit them. Yeah, no. Some bosses you can stagger but not crit. It just means they take like 10% extra damage for a second. Very easy. Normally there's a little more to that fight, but he just didn't put anything up. Anything at all. So he'll drop a death root and the skeletal militiaman ashes. And you'll see D has moved down in here to the lake. So let's go talk to him again.
Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh? But with a prowess for weeding death root.
It was really easy, D. It was. I don't know why you warned me.
The strength of beasts. If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their death root, then I'll introduce you to Gurranq, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you?
Sounds great.
Show me your map. I've marked the location.
Those who live in death is what the game refers to as the undead, by the way. You're like, what the hell is he talking about? It's like all the undead, the skeletons, zombies, that sort of thing. So he gives me a map marker that'll show me how to meet Gurranq. But first, let's clear out this Summonwater village and get the stuff in it. There is, I think, a smithing stone over here. There are some skeletons around too. I'm just going to ignore them if I see them. Yeah, smithing stone 1. I think there's some crafting mats or something up here. Mushroom. And then remember what I said about everything on a map that looks like this. I can't show you because it's a skeleton, but there's a cellar. And it is locked by a stone sword key, imp door. Which we did pick one up, so we're going to go ahead and use it. There's no boss, just a bunch of turtles. And then a chest which contains, ta-da-da, the green turtle talisman that will make your stamina restore faster. Okay. Now we can head down to Gurranq, but we're going to make a little stop on the way first. I don't want to go up here yet. That's where you get into Caelid, and just don't need to get into Caelid yet. See, there's a little tunnel over here, though. The Gale Tunnel. And as you can see, our friend Alexander has moved over here.
Ah, I hadn't expected to see your face again. Are you heading to the Festival of Combat too? Oh, no need to be coy with me. Judging by the fine wallop you gave the old backside earlier, I would venture you're something of a warrior
You gotta
yourself.
stop talking about me spanking you, dude.
The mere thought of such a festival gets the blood pumping, eh? Now, according to my calculations, passing through this road should lead us to the Caelid Wilds. But, however you slice it, it seems we've reached a dead end. I'm sorry to have raised your hopes. It seems my calculations must have been off.
So, this is the back side of a dungeon, actually, that you can get through to Caelid. But we can't open the door from this side, so he's right, it is a dead end. All you can do is grab that smithing stone and then leave. Actually, let's level up real fast. A little more vigor, and get a little more... No, let's get more endurance. Endurance gives you stamina and lets you equip more. Always. I'm just gonna follow the road down. It'll lead to the third church of Marika, where that gate is nearby. And on the way, there's a little wagon. Right around this bend. And it has a neutralizing boluses by it, which cures poison, so we want to pick that up. Can never have too many of that. And this is also where we killed that teardrop scarab. So if you missed him earlier, you can get him here. But that gate is hidden right behind the church over here. So this takes you pretty far away to a map you don't have, an area you don't have a map for, an area that is way over your level. So don't go pick a fight with that guy unless you really want to die. Instead, we're just gonna walk forward and open the store. Gonna go ahead and grab the grace so we can teleport back here easily. Pressing down on the right stick will mark your sites of grace, by the way, so you can have them on like a favorited list. And here is Gurranq, the beast clergyman, so we're going to give him a death root.
I smell it. Death. Feeding me. Tarnished. Bring more deaths. I shall grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
So he gives you his claw mark seal, which is a really helpful seal. Sacred seals are what you use to cast faith-based magic. It's called incantations. And normally they'll scale based on faith, obviously, because it's faith-based. But the beast marks, or the claw mark seal, will actually scale based on your strength. So that's great if you're playing like a warrior or a melee class or something where you don't want to raise your faith a lot, but you still want to have the ability to cast some spells. Claw mark seal has got your back. And then the beast eye will just let you know when there's a death root nearby. So back we go to the Saints Bridge. Gotta do some stuff around this area up here. Alright, there's a catacomb right inside here. Be right on this cliff right there. Unthinkable. Our hallowed resting place is violated. To refuse the Erdtree's call to return, to live within death. Sickening. So these are the Death-Touched catacombs. Instead of imps like the last couple catacombs we fought through, these are just filled with skeletons. And also, you'll notice right away the beast eye is quivering, so we've got a death root we can hunt here. Gonna flip right around and go straight into these stairs here. Got a grave glovewort hiding over there. Skeleton's gonna wake up and get his ass beat. There's also a skeleton archer right behind us. Get that grave glovewort, and we got 2 more skeletons over here. Alright, I'm gonna go kill his friend before he wakes up. How am I missing him that much? You can lock onto them as they start to reconstitute and kill them before they do. You're having issues hitting them with whatever your weapon. Some weapons it's really hard, like short spears are very difficult. So instead of going through this door over here, we're actually gonna go through this little door right here. This little western door under the stairs. It's just a little hiding. If you don't have a torch out, it's really easy to miss. It's got a grave glovewort, some skeletons that are gonna ambush you. And this will get you the Uchigatana, which is a very good weapon if you want to play like a dex class. Or a dex build, rather. Also gives you the chance to beat the hell out of these skeletons, because if we went through that door before, down below, these guys just take pot shots at you up from above and you can't really do anything about them. This guy should wake up too. Wake up, you. There he goes. Careful as you drop down into here though, because there are gonna be like 5 skeletons in this room. Owie. Alright. I think one more will spawn as we come back after hitting the lever. So I'll get that other grave above word. Yeah, there he is. You can see him waking up behind us over there. A couple of them. I think I may just use all my flasks. Alright, now we can go fight the boss. I would really strongly recommend that you have your torch out for this fight. It's a very dark room. And, these guys have moves that will crit you and kill you very quickly if you let them. So you kind of just want to be always making sure they're not grabbing you. And you can see if I turn the torch off, she's just like bathed in shadow. If she does the grab move, I'll point it out, because she does a tell where she lifts her arm up in the air in a specific way. Oh, I should have hit her while she was right there next to me. I haven't actually seen her go for it. Maybe she's afraid of my big torch. Ah, you're so invisible. There we go. Easy. That's gonna be by far the easiest one of those you face. Some of them get really tricky. So, the Assassin's Crimson Dagger is what she drops. That is a great talisman that whenever you do a crit, it restores your hit points. It's really helpful in dungeons. And this chest here has our death root. So instead of going back to the entrance, I'm just going to go ahead and warp straight over to Gurranq and give it to him. And he'll give you the bestial sling spell. Alright, back to Saint's Bridge I go. There's another talisman right up here to the north that we want to grab real fast, and we're going to have to fight a golem to get it, but he is not going to be hard at all. I think there's a bunch of smoldering butterflies. What are those called? The hot butterflies that I need for the fire pots are around here somewhere. Maybe not. I don't see them. Just gonna ignore all the demi-humans and go fight the golem. So there's a couple golems in Stormhill. This one's just nearby a talisman I want. What are you doing, dude? These guys seem really intimidating, but if you just, just get around to their ankles. And do a couple of charged heavy attacks. They fall right over. And then you can just run up and crit them in the chest. And they take a lot of damage from crits. And you can even do it while they're still recovering. And then that talisman is right over here on this corpse. This is the Lance Talisman, which increases the damage of your attacks on horseback. If I could get up there. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna run past the demi-humans again, and we're gonna go to one more dungeon. I think it's our last dungeon in this area. It's also the most impressive. Oh, actually, it's not the last. The other one is the Fringe Folk Hero's Grave, and that's blocked right now by 2 Stone Sword keys, which we don't have, so... We'll do that later, after we've collected some more of those. So you can see as you're coming along the bridge here, there's a big old spirit spring. Is that what they're called? Whatever. You can jump down there, that's the point. Bunch of large octopuses that we are going to ignore. Start by just going up this pathway here, because there's a pickup that we can get. Turtleneck meat from this nice corpse man. And then it's into the very confusingly named Highroad cave. Because this isn't the high road at all. This is a very low road. This is definitely a torch necessary place. Oh, and that reminds me too. Okay, I have 18 arrows still. That should be fine. You want some kind of ranged damage in this place. I'm actually gonna see if I can craft a few more fire pots. And I'm just gonna go ahead and rest here to level up once. Decisions. I'm gonna go ahead and get the dexterity. Really quickly, I'm gonna be picking up a weapon that's gonna scale with both strength and dexterity, so having them equal will be good. So first thing you do is just drop in a hole. I'm gonna just watch for the platforms so you don't die. There's some wolves here. Not much else though. Cave moss, and I believe there's a golden rune 1 or something over here. There's more wolves too. Alright, into the next hole. This one's much deeper, so you really, like I said, want to watch for the platforms. There we go. There's absolutely nothing up there except for some cave moss, so we're gonna not go that way. Instead head south down here, or north rather, down here. There's a couple more wolves over here. I'm gonna go ahead and save my fire pots and just eat them. But if you've got enough, feel free to just use the fire pots on them. I'm gonna head instead up to this west path up here. There should be one more wolf up here. Materia leaves, time 3. And this is a great spot if you get the angle. There's an alpha wolf down here that you can just kill with a fire pot real easily. And that's what I saved him for. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, kill the rest of the wolves. They're waiting to ambush you over here, but you can really turn around on them. He doesn't even know what to do about it. He's just like, whoa, you're coming from the wrong direction. So that's the path that you could have taken down here if we didn't drop down the cliff. So onwards to a giant friggin' area with a lot of bats. This is where it's very helpful to have a bow. You can see there's several bats around here. I'm just gonna start sniping them from up here where it's nice and safe. I'm just gonna miss all my shots. Actually, this is a good time to equip that, there it is, Arrow's Reach Talisman. Oh wow, that melee makes him go further. That other one should have died, but I didn't get the runes, so I don't know where he ended up. Alright, that should be enough bats sniped. As soon as you drop, you want to turn around. There's one more bat over here. With some smithing stones. The next path is over here, and you are going to get ambushed by 2 bats, so be prepared, because they can be a little tricky right here. If bats are being dicks at you, just pull out a ranged weapon. I'm gonna need to craft some more arrows. I'm almost out. And then up here there's a rune that's being guarded by some more little octopuses that we can just ignore. We want to go back to that waterfall, and instead of trying to jump anywhere, you don't want to try to jump anywhere, you just want to go straight down. Usually there's messages if you're playing online, you can see some helpful people told you, like, no, just go straight down, dude. Killed that bat already. So there's just 2 bats over there on that platform that I shouldn't need to snipe. We're just gonna jump ahead to there. Easy. Oh, I missed that one. And here is the Shamshir. This is the weapon I'm going to be using this run, I decided. Until I find something I like better. Just a nice curved sword, has a good moveset. Lots of slashing. So, I want to point out something before we go after this item up here. This is a decoy. This is a decoy. If you want to continue to the boss room, all you have to do is jump over there onto this collapsed pillar that's hiding under the water surface. It takes you right under the waterfall. I am going to go around just to show you what's over there. But it is not worth it. There is a large octopus. These guys can be really tough, but the trick is you just aim at their beak. They're really susceptible to getting staggered, and then they take a ton of crit damage once they are. So you just want to aim right at their beak. They will heal themselves too if you back off. And they can also eat you and get healed from it. So you just want to kill them as fast as you can, keep them staggered. And they're not too tough. But we've made it to that item, and all it is a fur-crawling finger remedy. It's not at all really gonna be very helpful. They're easily crafted. This gets us behind the waterfall. Like I said, easily skipped. And into the boss cave. And it's just another golem. So we're gonna do exactly what we did with that one up top. And we're just gonna do some charged attacks on his ankles, and he's gonna fall right over. I really, I almost feel bad for him. He just doesn't have a chance. And he drops the blue dancer charm for you. Then we get the very necessary return. I'm gonna loop back, spend these runes of the grace, and I believe, I don't want to be made a liar of, but I believe, yep, there she is. This is the point where Melina will let you go to the Roundtable Hold.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Roundtable Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
So the Roundtable Hold is like just a hub where there's a bunch of NPCs. You get the guy who sells incantations there. Development in general. You'll see. Because here we are. And you just have to kill, I think it's a certain number of bosses for her to bring you here. Or you can go fight Margit in front of Stormhill Castle, and she'll bring you there right away. Since we're obviously not doing that yet, it was, I guess, that number of bosses to get here. And here we are, the beautiful Roundtable Hold. So let's go talk to everybody.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the Round Table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
You ain't shit.
There's nothing left to say. Be at your leisure.
Goodbye, Sir Gideon Ofnir.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Roundtable Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a Tarnished of the Roundtable Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace. You do? Wonderful news. Most Tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say?
Again, I don't think either option really affects how anything goes with this guy. But he does teach you incantations, so I'm going to go ahead and learn Flame Sling since I have that Clawmark seal and can use it, and also Cure Poison.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Both of those just need 10 faith to cast, which I came with at level 1, which is the nice thing about the Wretch. But it's a pretty low investment if you just want to cast a couple spells.
You've met Gurranq, I take it. Then owing to our duties shared, we're now comrades in arms. I think you've earned this. The power of the Golden Order to aid the hunt of those who live in death. I serve the Golden Order, that I might put this crooked land to rights, following only the guidance of the Great Elden Ring. Those who live in death fall outside the principles of the Golden Order. Their mere existence sullies the guidance of gold, tainting its truth. And so it is the vermin must be exterminated, down to the very last.
He really hates the undead. That's his entire character. He can also teach you a couple incantations, but these require both faith and intelligence at the same in equal measures. And if you want to do a build like that, Godspeed.
Ah, hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me. Be sure to tell me if she's a servant. She's been my I've lost count of them, honestly.
She's such a little tomboy. And over here we have the Smith.
You're a new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing. I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it. No, don't read too much into it. I've no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides, I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
So this guy can strengthen your weapons all the way up. Like that anvil at the Church of LA that can only take him to +3. And so we decided we want to use the Shamshire. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it as much as I can right now. which is all the way to +4. He can also change your Ashes of War for you. Which is not beneficial of me right now to do anything but standard, but if I want a different ability on there, I can take it. So maybe I'll take the Blood Shamshir. Actually, no, let's just go with Storm Stomp, and then you'll get the option to change your affinity to quality or standard. You'll get more affinity options as you find more whetstones throughout the game, and then you can really mix and match like what you want your affinity of the weapon to be versus what skills you want on there. But right now, you're kind of just going to be limited to what affinity the skill offers on its own. And like I said, I don't want that yet. It'll be really beneficial to me because I'm going to be doing a quality build when my stats get higher and it can actually make a bigger number, but right now it just doesn't. So I stick with standard, but I get Storm Stomp. You can also duplicate Ashes of War if you happen to have any lost Ashes of War, which we don't.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Roundtable Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act. Ah, my thanks, great champion.
You have to let her hold you to advance her dialogue. But I will note, when you get these Baldakin's blessings, what they do is you can use them once and they will increase your poise for a few seconds. But they also, like, just having them in your inventory will reduce your hit points. You saw my my hit point gauge show up for a second there because she's taking your vigor. Like, she just told you what the deal is there. So if you want it back, just use the Baldakin's blessing and it'll come back.
What you felt light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid.
They really don't last very long.
Should you require another, I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
I don't like talking to Fia because it takes forever to get out of her arms. It's like, come on, Fia, hurry up. But let her hold you twice so that you can get more conversation with her.
Would you like me to hold you once more? The blessing is still aflame in your breast, dear. Would you like to be held? Regardless? Now, come closer. You are so very warm.
You can talk in secret with her, and she can give you a little lore about herself.
Deathbed companion, where I come from, after I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes. Then good day to you, my dear.
All she wants to do is sleep with a corpse. Society keeps putting her down for it. So yeah, like I said, I want my hit points. I'm gonna use this right away. Nothing out on the balcony quite yet. There is an invader if you drop down, but it's kind of tough and I don't want to fight him quite yet. Getting off near in the future will be in this room, which is why that specter just came out of there. Talk to this guy to get an emote. That's all he has to say to you. And then there's a merchant, the Twin Maiden Husks, over here. She sells a few good things. She sells a memory stone. She sells several stone sword keys that I cannot afford at all. Some co-op items, some rune arcs. A big variety of weapons if you still haven't decided what you want to do yet. The knight set, and a couple more co-op items. She will expand her offerings as you offer her bell bearings, as you find them. And also, if an NPC who sells things happens to die, they will drop a bell bearing, and you can still access their store from the Twin Maiden Husks. So, very helpful. And I think that's all. There is, down these stairs, let me just show you real fast. There is an imp-guarded fog door that you need a key to get into. There's a couple items in there, and another fog door past it. But I don't have any of those right now. And if I did, I'd save them for something else. You can also just rest at the table, too, if you need to access a grace to, like, level up or something. Which is, I think, what we were gonna do in the first place. Oh, and I spent all my runes. Never mind. But that's okay, because I got a chance to upgrade this Shamshir. Now, before I move on to the next area, there are a couple of field bosses in Limgrave I want to take care of first. You might recall when we first entered the game, there was that tree sentinel right there. And we are now strong enough that we should be able to take care of him. A lot of people like to use the horse to fight them, but I really find it kind of an inconvenience. Because the horse can't dodge. Like, the horse does not have invincibility frames like you do. And he has a move, too, where he just, like, quickly side bashes into you. And that gets me every time when I'm on a horse. But I find most of his moves pretty easily telegraphed and easy to avoid while I'm on the ground. Just keep an eye on him. Watch your stamina to make sure you don't run out. Oops, don't just stand there and get hit like I did. Ooh, I thought I was clear of that. Yeah, that shield bash does a lot of damage, so watch out for that. Oh, I also should change my talisman too, because it's not helping me at all here. I still have the Arrow's Reach talisman equipped. So I'm gonna change that to Green Turtle Talisman. You could also do the Haligdrake Talisman because he does have some holy damage, I think, but it's mostly just physical damage. And you can't crit him, so there's no point using the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. Whoa. What the hell? If this portion of the video, like if this part of the walkthrough ends up being 4 hours long, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being bad. There are a couple of field bosses that I'm just not even going to touch right now because I just need more hit points to reliably deal with them. And all of these are totally optional too. Like, you do not have to go and fight all these guys right now. You can wait or fight them never. It's all up to you. I want to get away from the rocks because I would get into trouble. just want to make sure you're not being greedy, you know? Don't try to just do a big chain of attacks too much. And get your roll timings better than that. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and try summoning here. If it gives you the option, might as well take it. And the spirit jellyfish poisons bosses and has a good amount of hit points. He's strongest against slash damage, which is bad for the weapon I picked. He's not really this difficult. I just don't have a good weapon for dealing with him, so I'm doing barely any damage to him. But now he's poisoned thanks to the jellyfish, so that's nice. Oops. My jellyfish! Oops. I thought he was going for the jellyfish there. Fuck. I'll avenge you, jellyfish! Okay. And that's that guy. So next I'm going to take on one of the night bosses, the Knight's Cavalries. Gotta level up from that real fast. There are 3 kinds of night bosses that show up only at night throughout the game. I mean, technically 4, I guess, if you want to count the Deathbirds, then Deathbirds is 2 separate guys. But they're pretty related. So there's the Knight's Cavalry, which are just dudes on horses that show up only at night. There's the Deathbirds, which we'll fight after that. And then there's the Bell-Bearing Hunters, which is probably the hardest mini-boss in the game. And there is one in this area, but I'm not going to fight him for quite a while because he just is an asshole. They're very difficult. They have a very difficult moveset, and I just want to get more hit points before I go at it. But, as I said, the night bosses only show up at night, so you can pass time at a grace. I'm going to make some raisins first, because unlike the tree sentinels, I do find it easier to fight these guys on horseback. Oh hey, I never picked up this Arteria leaf. There's an Arteria leaf there. There's also a smithing stone on this bridge I think I missed. Yeah, there it is. Right. So there's our boy. Just avoid his weapon as much as you can. Go in and run away. Run in, hit him, run away. The reasons for if Torrent's taken hits and you're not, like, Torrent will heal from your flasks, but you can also just give her raisins. And that way you can save your flasks for yourself if you need to. But he's doing most of his damage on me, so... Also, unlike the Tree Sentinel, his horse and he have 2 separate health bars, so you can knock his horse out from under him like you can with the mounted knights. Eventually I'll hit him. Like I said earlier in this video, horse combat is very silly in this game. Whoop. I don't want to fight him around the edge here because I will die if I fall off. Also watch out for these guys because they will join the fray. Here they come. Hopefully he'll just take care of them for me. No, I don't think he damages them. That's cheating. I should probably take care of them though. They did restore my flask by 1, which is good because I need it right away. Ow. Okay, you can't crit these guys like you can knights, but you can fight them on the ground for a bit. They will summon the horse again, and that does do a bit damage. So if you see them like throw their weapon to the ground, just back up. There it goes, there it goes. Whoop. Okay, I avoided the damage from it, so I'm gonna also get back on my horse. There we go, got him. He drops that Ash of War repeating thrust for me. How nice. Okay. How late is it? Do we got time to fight another one of these? We do. We're gonna go back up to Stormhill. And fight the Deathbird up here. Deathbirds aren't so bad. Death Rightbirds are really a pain in the ass, but Deathbirds are kind of their little brothers. They don't have near the moves. Oh, this is the camp. I don't want to go that way. The tricky thing about this one is that he appears near where a bunch of trolls are, and you really don't want to involve them in the fight. So you just kind of want to bait him backwards so that the other trolls don't come in. There he is. This way, sir. I do not want to fight him on the... Oh, yeah, there's also rams that'll bug you. I don't want to fight him on the horse because, again, you cannot roll... They're very weak in their head, but their head's also very hard to hit. At least when you're fighting with melee. If you're using ranged attacks, you can just aim on their head. Whoops. So when you die, time passes forward a bit. So you're gonna just have to pass time again till night so that you can fight night bosses again. Should just clear these rams before I go get him. That would be the smarter way to. Where did he go? Okay. That does cause Deathblight buildup too, so you don't want to hit it too much. He also has a funny grab move where it'll throw you to the ground. I don't know if we'll see it. Okay, one more try. Oh. Yeah, when he does that pull back and open his mouth move, you really want to dodge it, otherwise he'll grab you and it's pretty much an instant kill at this point. Alright, one more world boss in this part of the walkthrough, and that is a big old dragon. It's time to kill Agheel. Agheel is going to be quite a bit easier for me than those last two guys were. Well, actually, no, the Knight's Cavalry was very easy, but you fight so many dragons in this game, and they all have basically the same moveset. So you get very, very used to it. I'm going to keep the raisins on. Change to the Flame Drake crests because Agheel is a fire dragon. So, remember we avoided this part of the lake in the first part? He shows up right here. Oh, let's spend these runes first just in case. Agheel. I mostly will fight the dragons off of horseback. There are a couple times where you want to get on horseback, and I'll point those moves out should they come up. That's one of them right there. He's gonna shoot to his left, so you want to be on his right. And that way you just keep up with him too, so you can whoop. He's gonna drop on me real fast. I dashed with the horse. If I hadn't, he would have fallen on me and probably killed me. Fuck off, dragonfly. Whoops. That's an easy one you can bait out if you just stand in front of him at that distance. Oh, shit. This one might kill me. This is the most annoying thing about fighting Agheel, is that the area is small enough that he tends to get up on the cliffs. I'm just gonna weight him down. All of the field bosses have a point where, like, if they get too far away from their spawn point, they'll just vanish and show back up there, but you won't lose your progress if you just go right after them. Hopefully he does that here, because he's a little stuck on this cliff. And I can't, like, easily get up there either. So if I just try running out this way, maybe he'll just spawn back. Yeah, you notice the music stops. He's just going home. Okay, now he's off of the cliff, so I can go back to killing him. Okay, right to his right, toward the fire. Don't land on the ruins, fucker. Gotta go ahead and stay on the horse up here, just because he is in a fairly awkward place. Alright, when they fly away from you like that, that means they're gonna do a big round attack like this. So you just want to be on the horse. Run around to their backside. It is possible to stagger a dragon if you do the damage fast enough to them. And then you just have to run to their head to do the crit. Because you can crit them in the head. I almost never make it in time though, because I always focus on their back. That tail sweep's a very easily telegraphed move. Okay, I have to move. See, he raises this tail way up in the air. You can tell that's when he's gonna do it. It gives you lots of time to avoid it. Same with these leg stomps. Like, you know they're coming down. And even that move too. All these moves will do a lot of damage if you let them hit you, but they're very easy to avoid once you can recognize them. And you'll get plenty of practice, believe me. Alright. He's gonna do a big fire sweep on the ground, so we're chasing after him. There he goes. So he'll drop you 1 dragon heart, and you'll also get a message that a new power is available at the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, which we have not discovered yet. That's in Caelid. But you can use that 1 dragon heart to go get some incantations from the Church of Dragon Communion over on that island that we did discover over there. If you desire, if you're doing an arcane sort of build. I think it's Arcane and Faith they both are requiring. Alright, and that is pretty much all of Limgrave, except this area down here is still considered Limgrave. So we're going to do that next part. That's the Weeping Peninsula. Check it out then. After that, we're going to do Stormvale Castle Part 4. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you were entertained, and I hope it was informative. You have a good day.